I am the Nova, son of Mars here, coming at you today with something a little bit different. I know I haven't been uploading a lot lately, but I'm trying to get back into uploading schedule now. And today I am bringing you what's going to be my new series is Civilization Revolution for the Xbox 360. It is backwards compatible on the Xbox One if you're interested in it. I've been a fan of the Civilization games since Civilization 3 on the PC. And I've been playing them ever since, and when I converted to consoles years ago, this was the closest way I can get to playing an actual Civilization game, so I play this a lot. Now this is going to be part one of a series that I hope will go on for a pretty good clip here, and let's get started with a new game. Let's do it on King difficulty here. Now, my personal favorite is the Aztecs, and these are the ones I've beaten on here, so I'm going to use the Aztecs here today in our first little episode here. So let's do this.
My liege, we stand at the beginning of a new age. Our people have forsaken the nomadic ways of their fathers and have settled in a city. They look to you to guide them into the uncertain future. My liege, I believe that if we wish to survive, we must make our city strong and prosperous. And once we have grown, we must send settlers to build even more cities across the land. Cities are indeed the most powerful of all human creations. For it is only within cities that we can create the mighty armies needed to defend ourselves and to bring defeat to our foes. My liege, our fate is in your hands. Will we be a warlike people, striking fear into the hearts of other nations? Will we be peaceful and cultured, an advanced nation of philosophers and artists? Or will our wise men and scientists chart a course that will bring us into a glorious future of astounding science and unimagined technology? What will the future hold for us? Will we be yet another forgotten people, a mere footnote in the annals of history? Or will you prove to be the greatest ruler the world has ever known, and build for us a civilization for the ages? A civilization to stand the test of time. My liege, our people await your orders.
That's a really epic intro. I really like that. Now, the first thing you gotta realize is this thing is, like I said, in this game, cities, like I said, cities are very important, and you being able to do production is very important. Now, this isn't gonna be my best producing city right off the bat, because it's just in a really crap spot, but I'm gonna go ahead and build it here because I don't want to do too much exploring with a settler, because that's a really good way to get knocked out pretty early in the game. What you really want to do is explore the early game with your warriors here. And see, if I had explored with the settler, they may have been attacked by those bandits and I would have lost turn one, which has happened before. So yeah. So let's attack these barbarians here. Now, when you defeat barbarian villages, you get a chance to unlock something. It could be gold, tech, it could be a unit, another type of unit like a galley or a horseman, or even a warrior. This time it is gold, and that is an oak tree there. We'll need that for later for more production. And there are 4 ancient artifacts still uncovered. Move my jaguars, keep moving them. Move my other ones this way. We're working on science already. Let's see here. For when it does unlock, we're going to research the alphabet first. Okay, now these guys need to be brought back this way. The Texaco Forest. There's another barbarian village. Now another thing individual civilization has an ability and like something that they're really good at. And the thing about the Aztecs that they're really good at is that, as you saw, that unit lost 2 guys attacking this. But because I'm Aztecs, I get those warriors back immediately instead of having to wait several turns to heal the unit. So as long as my units win the battle, they'll heal after the battle to full health. There's another 30 gold and more barbarians to attack. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a silk unit, so we'll need that for later too, but we can't do anything with the oak or the silk right now. Let's build Stonehenge here. Those warriors are going to defend the home turf. Now I like to try to go for like a cultural victory or like a scientific victory. I've never really been good at domination victories, even in regular civilization, and I've only gotten a monetary victory on one time. That was on the computer version of this game. So like, I'm probably gonna go for like what I'm good at here. So hopefully, but it depends on how the game goes, what we do. Now that unit has now become a veteran. It's gotten so many fights that they're now proficient in fighting. So they get a 50% combat bonus now. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there, that's sulfur. And we get production from it if we have the gunpowder technology unlocked, which is way late game. Let's clear out more of these barbarians. Another 30 gold pieces and more barbarians. We'll just keep moving right along. Got some good mountains here to settle, though. I'm gonna probably put a settler around these mountains here soon. And speaking of the devil, there's a settler unit right there. Let's see what's going on here. No ancient artifacts got discovered. That's fine. Alrighty, what we need next is I'm gonna go with pottery. That way we can build a granary. Because these fields right here, they won't produce much food for that new city right there. So we're gonna have to build a granary there pretty early to get food. There's more barbarians. Let's get them. That warrior got destroyed. Cannot believe that, but that warrior got destroyed. Found the city of Talapan. I can't pronounce these names, people. I am sorry if I mispronounce these names. It is unintended, but I'm just not very good at pronunciations. No, let's build Jaguar warrior there so we can get some defenses up. There's the Chinese border right there. Orange is always the Chinese border, so now we have the advantage of the hill because we're attacking from high ground, so we will beat those barbarians this time with this veteran warrior. I'm gonna give them the march, that way they can get more yeah, there's the Chinese. And there's some deer in that city, which requires feudalism, which is a food. Deer is a food. Yes, I wish to have peace with you now, for now, Chinese. And now what we really need is a road. Build roads in this game often and keep everything connected. That way your units can travel between your cities with ease. Nothing is more annoying in this game than to try to get reinforcements to a city that you don't have a road built to and they never get there in time. Then I'm going to rush Stonehenge. So that's our first wonder. increase our scientific research output. And what libraries do is libraries double the scientific. Okay, if you look at this city here, right now you have all these numbers and stuff. Okay, the green bar with the apples is your population growth. That means that we're going to get another citizen in 4 turns. The little hammer is a production icon, and if you look at units and stuff, each one has a certain number of hammers that it needs to create something. So we need 10 hammers to get 1 Jaguar Warrior. We're producing 2 hammers every turn, so in 5 turns we'll have a Jaguar Warrior. Okay, and over here, on the right side of the screen, the smiley face is your cultural output that is caused by temples and other buildings, and the one below that, the little vial, is your scientific output. And you can swap cities between scientific output and gold output, but libraries double the amount of scientific output in a city. So we're building a library right here in our capital right now. It'll take the 2 base science output and double it to 4. And it doesn't sound like much, but the library actually doubles whatever the base amount is. So if we get more citizens, our population keep growing, and we get more citizens out here on the edges researching more and more science squares, it'll actually keep doubling it. So if we get 1 more science square, we'll have a base value of 4, and then the library will double it to 8. So I'm going to have them defend there. I'll have these guys come and attack this looks like we got the Mongolians right there. Now we really want to get this barbarian village before the Mongolians do, because the Mongolians, when they capture a village, it becomes a city. That's a Chinese caravan, so they're making some gold off that. Looks like they're gonna get the first unit, and then we're gonna get the last one. I hate to do that to you, Mongolia, but I need the gold on you, I promise. And we got a caravan out of it. Okay, now what that is a Ancient Wonder, and that is a DLC Ancient Wonder. That should be the Knights Templar, and it should give us an advanced unit if we get there in time. But I don't know if we'll be able to get there, so I'm going to send these guys back to Beijing. And what that is right there, that is a gold unit. Excuse me guys, I'm sorry I have the hiccups. And that is gold. That requires currency to use, but we'll probably put another settler over that way eventually. Okay, we love the king today. Apparently our culture is flourishing. I hope so. More Chinese warriors. Explore this way. Now let's make some money. We got 50 gold there. So we have a fair bit of gold here. How's a pottery done in 1 turn? Now let's get the barracks done. We need... Okay, the reason we need bronze working is that enables us to get a barracks, and that allows us to train units that are automatically like veterans. They'll automatically have a veteran status. That way we can let them gain more experience more quickly. Now right now, that sulfur right there is producing science, as you saw. Now the reason it's producing science is because we don't actually have the technology to make use of the sulfur. So we don't know what's going on there, and that's just counted as a desert square. And in this game, desert squares always produce science. But on the flip side, see, like on these C squares here, they produce science, but they produce 2 science. But that's not within range of our city, because I wanted to get these mountains for late game. Okay, so we're actually only producing 1 science right now in that city, but if we get the technology later on to make use of the sulfur, it'll produce even more science. So this will be a great late game city, but we've just got to get there in the meantime. Let's take pretty much explored over. Let's just keep exploring this way. Technological victory, big shocker there. The Chinese are in first place. They're always in first place because they start researching new science right off the bat, because they actually have an extra. They actually have an extra populations. Like our city started out with 2 population, they started with 3, so they started researching science. Turn run. So I'm gonna settle this humanitarian in my second city because it needs its population to grow more than my capital does. So with him settled in that city, the population growth of this city will go up. We need to build that granary here. And I'm going to rush the granary because with the granary now, that means in place, that means all these squares start producing 3 food instead of 2 food. So now our population is actually growing faster because we're producing more food. Alrighty guys, the library will be done next turn there. We're actually in a pretty good spot so far. This place doesn't need a granary, so we need to actually start building a galley there. Build a library here. Okay, now we got bronze working. Now we can make use of fish. We can build a new wonder. We can build barracks, and we can build archers. Okay, next what we want is ceremonial barreling. That way we can build temples, and temples will help us produce culture, and cultures will cause our borders to expand, and that way we can use new squares. And I'm actually going to switch this one to the barracks because we need the barracks there more than we do the library right now. I mean the galley. There's some fish right there, as a matter of fact. Ooh, another one. Barbarian city. Let's take care of that. We'll take care of these guys real quick. Okay, that's done. Let's get... What do we need? Masonry. Let's get masonry. Masonry will allow us to build walls which will double the defense of the city. Alright, I was getting really nervous about that fight actually. I didn't know if we were going to win that or not. Let's give them guerrillas. That's more gold. Hopefully with that we'll be able to rush this barracks here. And we're able to. Very nice.